I just came off listening to the new Twice album, which was not maybe the vibe to do this video with, but we're here, and it's finally getting done. Hello everyone, it's been almost 3 years, I think, since I sat down to film a video, which is a really long time, I'm realizing. Lots of things have happened in that time frame, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. Well, some of it is actually. But today, we're here to talk about my concert experience in Arlington this past month when I went to go to the dominATE tour to see Stray Kids. I think the last video I actually put up was Stray Kids related. I think it was like top 27 songs for around my birthday. Ooh, I'm gonna be 30 this year. That makes me feel really old. Let's not talk about that. I actually went to go see them that next March because their tickets had gotten rescheduled from having COVID in 2022, which is actually really important to this story, so I should actually start with that first. I'm also realizing I'm wearing the Maniac Tour shirt, which is perfect and not on purpose. Maniac Tour was actually my first concert ever. I went to Era's tour actually a couple months later. That'll be a different video. And it was really fun. I had a really good time, except for when I threw up the entire first night. I went with my friends Tori and Jamie, Tori, who I've known forever, and Jamie, who I met on Tumblr actually. And we went both nights. I went both nights for both tours actually. And we all stayed in the same hotel, which was a lot of fun. The day of the first concert, we got lunch. And we decided to get some Korean food, which was maybe not the smartest idea on my end, because I ended up getting this katsu ramyeon, and on the Postmates app they were all listed as spicy but not specifically, so the katsu ramyeon was not listed as spicy. You can guess how that went. I'm already not really good with spice, but I powered through because it was really good. By the time I got done eating it, however, and I only finished, no, maybe I got through half of it. There was about a layer this thick of the like chili powder, which should have been my first sign, but I persevered because it was good and I knew I needed to eat before we went. When we got into the lift, it said that it was air conditioning. The guy who drove us did not turn it on, and it was really hot, which was surprising because it was March. But it was really warm that first day, and I don't know if my body overheated with the mix of the food and the weather, but as soon as I got to the venue, I got profusely sick. I think I spent maybe 30 minutes in the infirmary area. The people that worked there were really nice. People at Dickies Arena, really great, really recommend. I made it. They gave me a ibuprofen. I went to go do concert stuff. And once kind of things ramped up, I was fine. I think the adrenaline kind of took over. And then once we got to the portion of the show, so for Maniac, they had the unit stages, Muddy Water and Waiting for Us, and while one was getting ready, the others would do covers, or they would sing songs, what have you. And I very vividly remember, I felt really bad, and I still feel really bad. It wasn't on purpose, but I think when the Waiting for Us team was out doing their time, the hype we were kind of coming down, and I very vividly remember someone had started singing "Always Remember Us This Way" from A Star Is Born, and from the moment he started singing to the end, but just the entire time, I threw up again. They had given me like an emergency bag at the time to take with me just in case. And I needed it, and it was the only time I needed it throughout the show. I like to think it was just because it was too beautiful to listen to that my body couldn't handle it and I had to expel. I got to go see covers of it later because it was the only thing I had actually missed. But I was fine until after the show, and I got really sick of the in and out. But after that, it was fun. Second day went really great. It was awesome. Great concert experience. I had a really, really good time. My mom was actually pretty jealous that she didn't get to go with me the first time. So this next time around, I was like, okay, we're gonna go together. I'll take you. It'll be fun. I'll have a great time. I originally had tickets for Atlanta because I couldn't get the tickets for Arlington at first. And they sold out so quick. My tickets for Atlanta weren't even really that great, but I was like, it's fine. It's really far away. But it'll be fine. It'll be a really good road trip. I did not end up having to do that. Thank God. A few months later, they opened up tickets to go do a second day. And I got floor seats, which was really cool and exciting. And they were really cheap, all things considered. We'll talk about that later, though. And at that point, I was like, hell yeah, let's go. I've got some great concerts lined up. I was actually meant to go see D6 this past April. And I wasn't able to go because I couldn't make it to LA financially at the time. So I was like, well, I did 2 days last time. To make up for it, I obviously need to go day one as well this time. To make up for the fact I didn't get to go see day 6, right? So I did. Ironically, the seats that I got for the first day were pretty adjacent to kind of the seats that I got the first time I went to go see them during Maniac the first night. Which was just to say, if you are on Ticketmaster and you are listing ADA seats in the 100s, really just in general, but in the 100s and the 200s, really period, but seats that should not be super expensive, for what I'm about to say, $500 a piece, I wish nothing good on you. I hope nothing good comes to you in life. That is absolutely ridiculous, and especially ridiculous to do to disabled people who already have a tough time getting proper seats. I do not respect the people that did that and priced those tickets when I went to Maniac. They were the only seats available that I was able to get at that time, though. For me and Tori, I ended up spending $1,000. They were fine seats. They were not $500 worth, but they were fine. This time I only paid, I think, around $150-ish per ticket. Technically I got them separated, but our section was really cool. We all just kind of sat wherever, so that was fine. But to the person that did sell those Maniac tickets, I hope nothing. I hope no peace has ever come to you since then. I'd actually never been to Arlington. I've obviously been through Dallas and Fort Worth a bunch of times, but never specifically Arlington. And I'd never been to a baseball stadium, which was really fun. Globe Life Field is really incredible. The staff there was really, really nice and helpful. I honestly can't say enough good things about them. The stadium was really nice. It was air conditioned. Getting around was really easy. There was a lot of space. The crowd was really nice. When I went to go to Era's tour, the crowd was not very aware of their surroundings or really didn't care. But I've never experienced that at a Stray Kids concert, which has been really nice. But everybody was really, really kind at Globe Life. So thank you. Thank you, Texas. You guys have really great staffing. Maybe I'll get to go to the AT&T Stadium at Jerry's World one day. I think that's last on the list of the big ones. Unless I end up going to Houston for the next show. Depends on where Twice go. Whatever they come for the next tour. Back to Stray Kids. Yeah, this would have been technically my third time seeing them. Since I had went both nights to Maniac. I went with my mom the first night. I was gonna take her the second night. But my stepdad really wanted to go. and he really wanted to have the 4 seats, and I was like, okay, this'll be fun. That'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Which I was really, really, really great. I was so glad that my mom seemed to have a really great time. There were a couple things that I was like, I don't know. I don't know how she's gonna receive stuff like the barking, which I tried to kind of explain beforehand, and like the way that people get really excited at the like JYP reel beforehand, and just a lot of the screaming that I don't think she or my stepdad had really anticipated. We were very loud. We were really loud this past time. It was a lot of fun though. I think the funniest part about the entire thing with my mom, at least, she'd watched a lot of content with me. Not enough to put a lot of names to faces, but she liked a lot of the music. I just shown her, some like Skiz Code stuff. She's as much of a fan as a like 60-something-year-old woman can be. But she came out of that a really big fan of Felix, which I thought was so funny. I wasn't really surprised. Going in, she had always really, really enjoyed Hyunjin. But she came away a Felix fan, which I thought was really sweet. Every time, I'll give her like an update on stuff now, she'll ask about her boy. That's how she always describes her boy. The scale difference between mhaikkun and dominATE was so crazy. Just like production wise and like God, everything about it, just going between the stages and like the dancers and the band and the lighting stuff was really cool. All the confetti, so cool. It just looks so cool. And having all of because most of the fields, I believe, were outdoors. Ours was domed in, which I wasn't really sure how I felt about. But seeing how a lot of the later ones went, kind of thankful about. I was okay with it, but the way that the sunshine came in during a lot of the stages was really beautiful. And where I was sitting, kind of like adjacent. I'll put like a picture where we were seated that first night. It was just so pretty. It was so nice. Other great thing about this time around, the merch was not nearly as bad. Line wise, I think it was helpful that they had like 7 tables set up basically at every entrance and down on the floor. Which I didn't know they were down on the floor until the second night. It went so quickly, and it was so weird because I remembered during Maniac, because I wanted to get a shirt, and a light stick at the time. And if you did not get first in line, that was going to be gone. I didn't have to worry about that this time. They basically had mostly everything. The second night they didn't as much. I wanted to get one of the Evil Skazoo shirts. I'll probably be able to find one online. But they were super sold out, which wasn't surprising. But I did get a poster, which was nice. So yeah, first night rocked. I also got a lot of freebies. I got quite a few during Maniac, but people really ramped up this past time around. There were a lot of little goodie bags and a lot of little treats, and I'll put photos. But my favorites of the ones that I got were these edited photo cards that they had made. I assume they were of every member, but I got the ones of Lino and Han, and they were like photoshopped. They were selfies like photoshopped, like in front of like iconic places in Texas, like a Whataburger or I think the other one was a Buc-ee's. They are my favorite things that I got out of that entire experience. All of the merch I got, mwah, mwah. I don't know who made them. I wish they had put like an Instagram handle. Whoever you are, please sell them. If you make them, please, I need to complete the recollection. But yeah, first night, awesome. It was really great. My mom had a great time. And then second night. So I did not know what to expect being on the floor. I did not know what the viewing was going to be like. It was a new experience for me overall. Being in the bleachers, whatever. Being in the stands, whatever. I knew what that was like. Being on the floor, I was kind of not nervous, but I wasn't really sure what to expect. Unfortunately, I don't think I can ever go back from that. So now we're kind of boned if I can't this next time. Shout out specifically to the section I was sitting in. Everybody in it was really cool. We all kind of chit-chatted basically the entire time. We were super locked in during specific points in the show. It was really fun. I've got a couple of you guys on Instagram now. Everybody was really sweet. Honestly, maybe the most fun I've had in this section at any concert I've had, period. But it was me and my stepdad, and we got our food. We got down there really early. We ended up getting merch at some point. And the show starts. I definitely think they could have made the platform. Two things. They could have made it a little sturdier, I'll be honest. The bass kind of hit it at a few points in the show, where I think me and my stepdad were like, oh, this doesn't feel like it's really that sturdy. It could be a little sturdier. But my main complaint is it could have been taller. And that is because at one point, very early in the show, really, like, I'm saying, like, within the first couple of songs, we were all very obviously in wheelchairs with, whoever the companion was with us at the time. And a couple of people in front of us, there are photos from my seatmate that was with us, or not with us, but was next to us, that her and her friend had gotten, where they had come in a couple of songs in, and they stood on top of their chairs directly in front of us. And I kind of just had to be like, that's really interesting. You do see us. You looked back to see that we were sitting there. And we wouldn't be able to, like, see in front of you? Interesting. Luckily, said new friends next to us found the security, and they were told to sit down, and they were not very happy about it, but, that is maybe one of the only times that I will ever condone snitching, because what is wrong with you? I understand being short a lot of the time, obviously. It's hard to see at things like concerts. I feel that is one thing. It is another when you are very obviously in front of people who are not able to get any taller, right behind you, and choosing to block their vision anyway. I think that's just a dick move. The staff workers at Globe Life, by the way, were super, super sweet. They would, every time the confetti would go off, because it went off, like, oh man, 3 or 4 times, they would bring it to us to, like, take home as souvenirs, which I thought was really sweet. I got every kind except the green confetti, if I'm remembering. I think it was kind of the longer, if you guys went, you know which one I'm talking about. I think that was the only one that I didn't get. But otherwise, my backpack is still full of it. I want to get maybe like a frame to put that with the signs that we got at the concert, and put them as a memorabilia type thing. Maybe make it all cute and whatever. 'Cause, so much of it. So much. My stepdad ended up having a really, really fun time, I think. I think he was a little taken off guard. A, how loud it was. But B, I think he wasn't really sure what the music was going to be like. Which was fair. I tried to explain, because I think when a lot of parents hear, like, a boy band, they're expecting, the NSYNCs, the Backstreet Boys, the One Directions even of like types of music, and that's definitely not what the Stray Kids experience is like. So I think he was kind of pleasantly surprised that it was something a little more enjoyable to his ears. At one point, he did eventually kind of start getting into it. I remember there was one point, not like super towards the end, like right before the encores, which was another thing I had to explain. I was like, they're gonna say it's done. We're not done. We're gonna be doing like 6 songs after this, and we did. But it was at that point where I believe Tron was like, trying to get us to cheer really loudly. And he finally started to kind of go along with it, and I was like, yeah. That's what I thought was going to happen. It did. And we're all having a really banger time. A lot of what happened, like, at the show, you guys have probably seen online. Being so close to it was really crazy, though. Obviously, there was a lot in front. But just being able to, like, once kind of everybody would sit down at points and be able to like directly see the stage was super crazy. Just to know it was so close. And the sound quality was a lot better. I don't know if it was just like in general or if it was way we were seated, but it was way better. Just overall really, really like beautiful to look at. Especially from like a lighting perspective. I was at theaters and I had to do a couple lighting stuff. So every time that like a performance is like, doing their lighting cues or whatever, I'm always super like honed in on all of that. Being able to watch that from underneath instead of kind of directly on this time was really, really cool. I got a bunch of photos of some that I really, really enjoyed. I'll put that here. That's why I keep doing this. This. But towards the end of the show, so they didn't do this, I think. Obviously, they did this in all of the North American slots. They didn't do this, I think, for like every leg of the tour, though. The European leg is about to start, so I guess we'll see how that goes. I don't know what the venues are like there, but for ours, D6 do this a lot too, where they have these giant carts. I guess you would describe them as, and the members like get in them and they kind of just ride around the whole venue. Usually there are songs playing, they're singing them, doing whatever. And we were decently close the first night, not super, just because of how up we were. And I wasn't really sure the second night how close we were going to be. We were really close. I did not expect us to be very close. I do specifically remember a couple of girls had hopped the section that they were in front of us to try and get like at our barricade so that they could like, I don't know, get like their moment up close, and we all promptly kind of shoot them away. I don't know where those girls went. They were not there by the time we had made it, because our section had kind of figured out we could line up all of our chairs right at the barricade, so that when the carts went past, we were all right there. Sorry, Tia. What the hell are you doing? Those are really the two instances I kind of was like, do you guys just have no thoughts of like other people? Like, did that just completely go out of your head the second something like this happened? Just super crazy. I could never imagine that, especially because I think our section was so, like, we had our own moves. We were so like dedicated to helping each other. The process just like, I don't know, it escapes me. It really, really does. So we got all down there and lined up. I know I got kind of like crazy. Wow, now, which was really kind of funny looking back. I don't know what I was so like about. I do know because once they drove past, I'll put the video here. I wasn't really expecting them, I think, to turn in our section because there were like others in front of us. I don't know why it didn't occur to me that they could like half and half it. Because that's exactly what they did. And I got to have a little wave with Sriracha and Felix, which was really cool. I actually had not noticed until afterwards when I watched the video. I knew, I had seen Felix. I had known because we had all kind of like locked eyes with the people that were on our side waving and whatever. I had got I had gotten so distracted by chocolate. I had not realized that Felix had like blown a kiss, I guess. And it took a Tumblr mutual to mention it, and I went to go watch it again and was like, oh, I think I might have just like I saw it. It didn't connect in my head, which was really crazy. That was nothing against Felix, of course. Super big in my heart. Lots of love for him. I was just so surprised by Chung. But I kind of locked in. I had locked in just a little bit. But that was really cool. And then I didn't get it on video, and I was so mad because the last one that had went by was Sean, and you guys know he is my favorite member. If you don't, you do now. His Instagram handle is my Tumblr URL. Thank you, Jamie. Like that's my guy. I went a video call with him. Wow, 4 years ago now, almost. Back from Scars era. That's really crazy. Oh my god, crazy. What? Ah. Man. Anyways, but he was the last one that went by us, and but it all, you saw the video, it all happened. But as soon as they passed, because I am a huge I Like It enjoyer, I think that song is so fun. And I think the dance too is super silly, and I think it's also really fun too. So when they had passed by, I was like, well, now we can just jam, right? So I was kind of, half doing the choreo, mostly kind of doing it. And Sean, oh, Bangchan, oh, Christopher, oh, Chani, turned around and looked at me again and was like, ha! And I got really embarrassed, after the fact. I was really nervous afterwards. I was shaking a little bit, I think, because I didn't realize all of that had happened kind of very quickly. But that happening, because he did it did it a couple times. Right before they kind of disappeared, as far as view could be from where we were sitting. And when I got back to my seat, I kind of felt like I was gonna really crazy, because I wasn't really nervous like when I did my video call back then. There wasn't a lot to be nervous about. Being like, hi, how are you? You look great. Yeah, I'm excited for tour. I did feel like I was gonna throw it beforehand though. But once like the call was initiated, it was fine. But I wasn't, I wasn't nervous, but somehow that made me nervous. I don't know if it was, it's the ordeal of being known. That's what it is. It's the ordeal of being known. The same time that I made the Felix comment had mentioned, oh, he kind of looks like he recognized you from back then, and I was like, oh, I don't know about that. Really? I don't know if I believe it. It would be really cool. I don't think so. It was a long time ago. I don't know. It was a very nice thing for her to say though. Oh yeah, show ended. Getting out the second day was a lot harder than the first night. Being in those tunnels in a baseball stadium is interesting. It wasn't that bad though. We helped this group of older ladies make their way to the elevators because everybody was a little, I think, stressed out and compacted and lost and not really sure where to go. So we helped them there. They were really nice. They ended up giving me. I think they also ended up giving me some confetti. It was really, they were very sweet. And then we left, which was really cool and fun. I do want to shout out the driver that we had. It was a personal like taxi service. I forget the name exactly. I think it's Rides by T, I want to say. His name was Tyrone. Super awesome. Got us to the venue and from the hotel, from the hotel to the venue, back and forth the whole time. Super nice. There were like complimentary drinks. He was willing to like come to specific places to drop us off, and he helped with my chair. It was really awesome. So if you were ever in Arlington and you need to get around and don't want to pay for an Uber, he's a little pricey, but I think it was worth it. I felt really safe driving with him, and just an overall really great experience. So I'll put his information here. We also got a little selfie or a little picture together, which was really fun. We stayed an extra day in Arlington, and we didn't do anything, but we stayed in the hotel. And then a giant storm came that night, knocked out the power in the hotel, and the tornado sirens went off, which was really fun because we were on the 5th floor. Turns out there were no tornadoes. The winds were just going 80 miles per hour, which was really scary. Wasn't a huge fan. Luckily the power came back on at some point. Not super late. Maybe like an hour or two later. Wouldn't recommend that, bro. I wasn't a big fan. Wasn't really sure what we were gonna do with that. Was a tornado. That was maybe not the best experience. The rest of it though, perfectly fine. Arlington was really great. I don't know. I just like being in cities. Being from Arkansas, I really appreciate when I get to go to places like that in Dallas and Tampa and what have you. I always have a really good time. So, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Overall, I was really glad I got to share with my mom and so that it was really fun to go with friends. And I definitely would like to again. But it was really fun to kind of share a piece of my life that is quite a big piece. And have them kind of see why it's such a big deal to me and to others. And to see them enjoy it was really, really cool. So it was a bonding experience for everybody. I really, really want to take my niece. She loves watching the content, and she likes some music. She always has a pretty jamming time. She's also really into Twice, which I was super responsible for last summer. But yeah, I really want to take her. Her favorite members were Felix and Ian, so I want her. She'll be about 12, 13, depending on when she gets it back around again. So she'll be I think a more appropriate age. Oh, the first night somebody brought their baby. My mom had pointed out. Which was super crazy. That is the last place I'd take my baby. you do you, I guess. There were a lot of little kids there. So cute. So they all had these little custom outfits, and they were all dressed up, and they were all so excited. And there were all these parents in like these like custom shirts they were really like Disney adjacent to me, of like that would have like uh here's like a K-pop mom or a K-pop dad, or I'm just here to support my kid. Oh my god, here's insert name of member here. I don't know. I always think stuff like that is super sweet. I always love to see parents indulge and enjoy the interests of their children. I think that's really cool. I think that's really sweet. I always really like that. I'm trying to remember anything else to mention. The second night. So cinema is one of my favorite performances of the entire show. When we got the preview for it, when the songs were coming out, I knew instantly that was going triple platinum. It was going triple platinum. In my room, right next to Escape, they were right there. So when we got to cinema, it did make me almost cry 2 nights in a row. I teared up. I did cry the first night that it released. We're not going to talk about that though. But I did get really teary. Both performances. And on the second night, when Sungmin had us sing back, the entire field, arena, stadium, whatever you want to call it, was not doing as they should have. People were not getting the lyrics. It was kind of embarrassing. Trying to at some point try and help. I just want to defend my section, the back ADA section on the floor. We were locked in. We were super locked the hell in. And I just want everyone to know that if anybody was screwing up, it was not our section. We were there. We all knew what we had to do. You don't need to write a simpler song, Sungmin. You just need to focus on the people that know what the hell is taste and can appreciate a great song like Cinema, which was our section. I was taking Cinema really seriously that weekend. I ended up with a friendship bracelet that said it. I was locked in. We were locked in. Cinema, you are the song ever. Sungmin Lino, don't let anybody think otherwise. I actually got this from the concert. I can't remember where or who gave it to me. Very, very cute though. I kind of forgot that that's where I got it until now. And then my friend Jenny actually got me this one from the Stray Kids concert. I just realized I had all these bracelets on. I also got this from the concert. I also don't remember who gave it to me or where I got it. I think I got it in one of the little goodie bags of the freebies that I got at one point. I'm gonna say the second night. I think I got it with a photo card. I'll have to look. Oh, another thing that kind of got me was I wanted to get my niece a souvenir from the show, obviously. And I knew they were selling the Skazoo keychains, the like magnetic ones. And I was like, oh, I'll buy 2. I'll buy one for me, and I will buy one for her, and then sounds bad when I put it this way. The one I like more, I will keep, and then I will give her the other one because I have more attachment to this. Really, she would think it would be cute no matter what. So I get to the hotel. I'm really excited. I'm like, oh, which one am I gonna get? And they're both Jenny Reds. They were too expensive to try and justify buying another one. So me and my niece have matching Jenny Red keychains now, which is quite sweet, actually. If I had to pick, it maybe would not have been that one. I don't know if you guys can tell. I have quite a few of these. Not here, though. I'm realizing, I have more, Ks than I do, Wolfchens at the moment. My other ones are still in my bag. I should let them out. Anyways. But I think that's it. I had a really great time. I was so sad when it was over. I understand now why people try and go to as many stops as they can. Not specifically for this, but I remember during Eras tour, I would have a lot of like mutuals and stuff that would go to like, they would country hop and go, to multiple states, and they'd go to like the UK and then like wherever else. And I never quite understood. I really understood it this time. The one weekend wasn't enough. I'm really glad. It was just such a good experience. I was really happy. The show was amazing. The people there, for the most part, were really great. The staff at the venue was really great. It very quickly, it was Zara's tour. Definitely, I think between the two at the time, I think dominATE really just kind of blew past it. I think between the parasocial of it all the second night, and just overall, what a fantastic crowd, and just general vibe. It really was a 3 hours to let go of everything and to let loose and forget about a lot of things that are going on right now. Just in general. So, thank you, Stray Kids, as always. I can't believe it's been 4 years since I really got into them. It's really crazy. But I'm really excited for whenever they look back around. Whenever that may be. Hopefully it's not too far away. After a well-deserved break, of course. I hope all of my friends in Europe have a really great time. They're about to go see them within the next few weeks, so that's really cool. I'm excited for them. And hopefully hopefully I get tickets twice. That's the next goal. And hopefully these 6 make their way to Texas this time. And not just on each coast. That would be great. I've also been thinking about supposedly there is a JYP Nation concert possibility at some point. That's the rumor. If I'm not there, there's going to be a problem. It would be really cool if they did do kind of a tour though. Kind of like SM Town does. I think that would be really fun, and I think they should do that. Because I would like to go. Everyone who has spoken to me for more than 5 minutes knows how I am the JYP group girl, and if I'm not there, I will be so sad. Yeah, thank you to the boys, the backup dancers, and the man, who are all really, really amazing. Cannot thank enough, I think, for how cool and great that was, and all that good stuff. I'm getting weirdly kind of emotional about it. I don't know why. That's all though. I'll probably do like a life updates video, maybe right after this. We'll see. Maybe not directly. What my most recent life update is my cat has diabetes. You guys have seen her in videos, or heard her at the very least. We found out that she has diabetes Monday. And we take her tomorrow to learn how to give her injection shots. So that's my life right now. But if you want to, that is the plan for now. to do like a regular vlog at some point. Might do one talking about your story. That might be in a regular vlog though. And I've been wanting to do more K-pop content. I don't know what though. Maybe talking about releases. Maybe talk about, I don't know, anything. I've been thinking about having my mom do some stuff. I think that would be really fun and cool and silly. She's a Virgo. She has a lot of snap judgments, which always makes really fun content. So that we might be able to pull that off too. But other than that, I think that's it. I'm gonna end this video after this. After I figure how long it's going to take to put in the Google Drive. Cool. Anyways, if you liked me, you can subscribe. You never know what you're gonna get here. Video game stuff, K-pop stuff sometimes. Sometimes we're just talking about me. So, if you didn't think I was too out of practice, oh god, was I? Subscribe? That's how that works now, right? Oh my god, I haven't made a video in so long! But until then, I'll see you guys next time, I guess. If I think of anything more about the concert, I'll put it in the description or something. You can follow me on the socials at the end card, and down in the description below. And that's it. That's officially it. I can't think of anything else. I will see you guys next time. Please drink a lot of water. It's very hot outside. If you're in the northern hemisphere. Stay hydrated no matter what though. Please. For me. Be safe. Be nice to people. Please be kind. Stay happy, healthy, all that good stuff. And go listen to the new Twice album. It's really good. I really like it. And that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. That's new. I've never done that before. That's interesting. That's how we're doing things now.